Okay, today we're going to talk about conditional probability. We've been covering some basic probabilities and then the addition rule. Conditional probability is a little bit different. We just have to carefully read the questions. So conditional probability is probability that an event A, given that another event B has already happened. So we need something to happen before something else can happen. This is your notation. The way we read it is the probability of A given B. So we have the probability of event A given that event B happens. So what we want to do is we first want to start with our back events, or event B. And what we're going to look for is we're going to look for this is a group, so we're looking for the total of a group.
Could I please use your keys to Mr. Simon? Sorry to interrupt the video.
All right. So we want the total of a group. And then A is going to be a certain set in that group. Okay. So B is the total of a group, and then A is a certain set in that group. So let's go ahead and get started. So a student committee is being formed to decide how after-school activities will be funded. The committee members are selected at random from the current club members. The frequency table shows the current club membership data. So over here, I see sophomore, junior, senior, and then I see drama, science, art memberships. So what is the probability that a member of the art club selected at random is a junior? So what we're doing is we're saying that you have to be in the art club, and then how many of those are juniors. So we must be in art, then be a junior. Okay, so over here on the table we have all these students. We have 115 total students, but we only care about the art club. So we're only going to focus on the art, and then from the art we're only going to look at the juniors. So our notation would be this. So the probability of being a junior given you're in the art club. Okay, so when we were doing other probability, we were always saying out of the total, but we don't want the total of everyone. Right now we only want the total of art. So I go to art. Here's all of my arts, and I'm looking for the total, and my total is 58. So this number is 58. And now I want to know how many of those 58 are juniors. So now I go to juniors, and there are 16 of those that are in art. So this number is 16. So my answer is 16 over 58. And if I want to reduce that, I can go to my calculator. I can type in my fraction. I can do 16 over 58, and I get 8/29. Okay, so to summarize, we're not focusing on the total 115 because we only want to know members of the art club, and there are 58 of those, and 16 of those are juniors. All right, let's keep going. All right, so same table, more questions. What's the probability that a member of the drama club is a sophomore? So the probability of being a sophomore given you're in the drama club. So we want to find drama club first. So we go to drama, and we find out how many total drama do we have. We have 17 of those. So this number is 17. How many of those 17 are sophomores? So I'll look at sophomores, drama, there are 3. So our answer here is 3 out of 17. Again, I'm not worried about the 115 because you have to be in drama. So we're only looking at those 17. All right. Next up, What's the probability a sophomore is a member of the drama club? So now we're flipping it around. Now we're saying that you must be a sophomore, and how many of those are in drama? So now we're only looking at sophomores. Sophomores first. How many total sophomores? 36. How many of those are in drama? 3. So our answer is 3 out of 36, which if I reduce that, that's going to be 1/12. So we're using the same sophomore drama, drama sophomore, but we're flipping the order. So that's why our fractions are different. Here you have to be in the drama club and then be a sophomore. Here you have to be a sophomore and then be in drama. All right. Now, if you think you feel good, you can try 1 or 2, but if not, I think on the back you'll be ready. All right, so here we go for the next one. A survey was conducted to predict if high school students will eat food served in the cafeteria. The results for the 410 students surveyed are shown below. So what grade are they in? 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Did they eat? Yes or no? Which number is closest probability that a student will not eat food in the school cafeteria given the students in 10th grade? All right, so anytime you see this word given, all right, given, that is going to be conditional. All right, so let's make our notation. So they will not eat food given they're in 10th grade. So they have to be in 10th grade. So this is our notation. So probability of not eat given they're in 10th grade. Okay, so let's do 10th grade first. So how many total 10th graders? Well, there is no total. I need to add these two up. So 63 plus 147 is 110. So that's 110 10th graders. All right. How many of those are not going to eat? So 10th grade, not eat, that's 47. So this is going to be 47. So my answer is 47 over 110. Okay. All right. Moving right along. Last one on the front. Now, same type of problem, but we have a Venn diagram. So this actually came from your benchmark 3. So let's see. Venn diagram shows the number of properties a realty company is selling, where the square footage of the house is more than 1,200 square feet, so this circle, and or the house is on the property less than 1 acre in size. So houses less than 1 acre, houses more than 1,200 square feet. The probability that the square footage of a random selected house is more than 1,200 square feet, given that the house is on property less than 1 acre in size, can be expressed as 1 over y. What's the value of y? All right, so let's go back and break this down. So we have the probability that the square footage of a random selected house is more than 1,200 square feet, given on property less than 1 acre. Okay, so we want it given is on less than 1 acre, so that has to be less than 1 acre. So we're going to go more than 1,200 square feet given is less than 1 acre. Okay, so I'm going to focus on this part first, less than 1 acre. All right, so I'll come back over here. Here's less than 1 acre. That's everyone in this circle. So I cannot use the 12. All right, so how many total do we have? Well, 3 and 18, that equals 21. So that means there's 21 homes less than 1 acre. Now, how many of those are more than 1,200 square feet? Well, the 3 belongs to this circle as well. So that means this is my more than 1,200 square feet, because it belongs to this set, more than 1,200. So my answer is 3 over 21, which reduces to 1 over 7. So the question was, what is the value of y? So y is equal to 7, because that's what the fraction is, 1 over y over 7. Or 1 over 7, excuse me. Okay, let's go to the back. Now, if you want to pause the video and work this problem out, that would be a good opportunity to do that. So you can hit pause now, solve this, and then check your work. Or if you want to just continue on, you can. All right, polls or survey citizens about the preferred modes of transportation and if they have full-time jobs or not. Table shows results below. So full-time job, no full-time job, walking, bus, bike, car, and then totals. Approximately, what is the probability of J given B? So the probability of full-time job given that they take a bike. All right, so we know we need this number first. So I go to bike, because that's B. All right, that's B. The total is 42. J, so now I go to J, and I'm only looking for in the bike. That's 19. So my fraction is 19 over 42. But if I look, all my answers are decimals. So I need a calculator, and I can do 19 divided by 42. So I get 0.452. And then my closest answer is this one. All right, let's keep going. So again, if you want to pause it and try, you can. Or if you want to keep going, you can as well. So a group of people were asked if they drink coffee or tea. The results are shown in the Venn diagram. If one of the people surveyed is chosen at random, find each probability. So the first one, probability, you drink coffee given that you drink tea. So you have to drink tea. So right now we're only focused on tea. So I forget about these two numbers. So my total for tea, 12 plus 4, gives us 16. Now, of those 16, how many drink coffee? Well, 4 are tea only, so that means 12 also drink coffee. So this number is 12. So my answer is 12 over 16, which if I reduce that, I get 3/4. Okay. Next up, what's the probability that someone does not drink tea given that they drink coffee? All right, so we got to do drink coffee only. So drink coffee, that covers up tea and 10. So 24 plus 12, that gives me 36. So there's 36 coffee drinkers. Sorry it's shaking so much. How many of those do not drink tea? All right, so I'm forgetting this. Now the 12 belongs to tea. So how many do not drink tea? 24 do not drink tea. All right, so this is going to be 24 over 36, which if I reduce that, two-thirds. All right, and we got one more. The probability does not drink coffee given does not drink tea. So no tea. So you cannot drink tea at all. So we cover up everything in tea. And what's left? 24 plus 10 gives me 34. Now, of those 34, who does not drink coffee? Well, 24 drink coffee, so it's this 10 over here that does not drink it. So that's 10 over 34, which reduced is 5 over 17. 2 questions to go. All right, of the 400 freshmen at Westview High School, so we got 400 total. 92 are in the band, 60 are in chorus, and 20 are in both. If a student is chosen at random, find each probability. All right, so I think what we need to do to help us is to create a Venn diagram. So we're going to make 2 circles. We're going to let this be band, B for band, C for chorus, and then create our universal set. All right, so I know when I'm said and done, everything has to add up to 400, but I always want to start in the middle. So 20 are in both, so 20 is going to be in the middle. 60 are in chorus. Well, I already have 20 in chorus, so 60 minus 20 is 40. So I'm not going to put 60 here because I already have 20. 20 people are already in chorus. Same thing with band. 92 are in band. Well, 20 are already in band, so this must be 72 because 72 plus 20 is 92. So there's your 92. There's your 60. All right, I'm going to add these up. So I got 72 plus 20 plus 40 gives me 132. There's 400 total in the school, so 400 minus 132 is 268. So this number out here is 268. 268 students do not do band or chorus. All right, so here we go. What's the probability of being in chorus given that you're in band? So we're only looking at band. So how many students are in band? 72 plus 20, that's 92. Now, how many of those band students are in chorus? Well, the 20. So this is going to be 20 over 92, which we reduce that, 5/23. Okay. Probability of being not in band given you're in chorus. So you have to be in chorus. So we now forget about these 2 numbers. So we got 60 people in chorus. How many of those are not in the band? Well, 20 are in the band, so that means 40 are not. So this is 40 over 60, which is going to be 2/3 after you reduce it. All right, one more. What's the probability of being in the band given you're not in chorus? So no chorus at all. So no chorus. Now the tendency is to say 72, but these 268 are also not in chorus. So I got to add these 2 together. So I don't care about these 2, so I got to do 268 plus 72. Gives me 340. So I got 340 total students that are not in chorus. How many of these are in the band? So now we're looking at these. So how many are in the band? 72 are in the band. So we have 72 over 340, which will reduce. $18 over 85. Okay. All right, we got 1 question left. All right. Test was given to 3 classes. The results of the test are shown below. If a student from one of these classes is chosen at random, find each probability. So, zoom out for just a second. I'm looking, and I notice there's no totals, so I'm probably going to need some totals in a second, but let's look at the first one. What's the probability of being in Class B? Well, how many total are in Class B? So that tells me I'm going to go ahead and get some totals. So 19 plus 3, that gives me 22. 24 plus 8 gives me 32. 21 plus 5 gives me 26. All right, I'm going to add these up. 3 plus 8 is 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. And then 19 plus 6, 24 plus 21. That is going to be 64. And now I'll get my grand total, which you can check this on the calculator, which will be 80. 64 plus 16 is 80. All right, so now what's the probability of being class B? So B, how many total are in B? Well, that's 32. How many total do we have? 80. It doesn't say given, it doesn't say or, it just wants to know what's the probability of being in class B. Well, there's 32 students out of the 80. So this is just 32 out of 80. So even though we've been doing a lot of conditional, we cannot forget just our basic probability. So we got 32 over 80, so 2/5. All right. Probability of being in class C or passed. Well, there's our old friend or. So we know we see or, we got to do some adding. Okay, so let's do class C. So I'm looking at C. How many total? I got 26. 26 out of how many? 26 out of 80. So class C is 26 over 80. Now or tells me to add, so I got to add something to it. So now I go to passed. How many passed? Well, passed is here. So this is a review from last week. There's 64 total. 64 out of 80. So plus 64 over 80. But now I have to stop and say, did I count any number twice? And the answer is yes. We counted 21 twice. 21 went to class C and the pass. So that means I got to subtract. So this is your addition rule. Now I can do this. So I'm going to make all my fractions. So I got 26 over 80 plus 64 over 80 minus 21 over, I don't know why I said 64. It's 21 out of 80. I'm sorry. Always the same. 21 over 80. I get 69 over 80 for my answer. Okay, now we're back to conditional because I see the given symbols. All right, what's the probability that you did not pass given you were in class A? So you have to be in class A. So class A, how many total? 22. How many did not pass? So looking at class A only. So 22 total. How many did not pass? 3. 3 did not pass. So this one's just 3 out of 22. All right, last one. Class probability of being in class B given that you pass. So you had to pass. So we go back to pass. So pass is all of these. How many passings did we have? We had 64 pass. How many of those 64 were in class B? 24. So we have 24 over 64, which will reduce 3/8. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. You have some online practice that you should try. Thank you guys. Good luck.